graduated high school in 2006. My first NFR was in 2016, and in 2006, I'd never stepped foot in the rodeo arena, And so, if somebody in high school told me that in 10 years you're going to be fighting bulls at the national finals rodeo, I'd have had a hard time believing it. Growing up and watching that rodeo, you kind of watch your heroes, out there doing it, and it's so to be able to step out and join those guys and breathe that air, it's kind of rare air to be, to be breathed. And so it's just cool to step out there and we fight bulls because we love to do it, but to get the call to go and protect the bull riders at the biggest stage in the world, it's like nothing else. And it's a huge honor. When I was going to school, I got a part-time job out at the airport, and I met a guy named Al Sambold, and he was the one that taught me how to fight bulls. He had a good career. He fought the Ram National Circuit Finals a couple times and had a lot of big rodeos like Ellensburg and Lewiston and stuff like that. But just getting to know Al, and I was always a fan of rodeo, even though I never competed in it. But I just missed that athlete side of myself. When I was going up to college, I just missed being an athlete. That was kind of part of my identity my entire life. And so when I watched Al fight bulls, I figured, that's something I could do to be an athlete again. And so I asked him if he'd teach me. And every Monday and Wednesday, he took me to Montana State University's rodeo practices, and he taught me how to fight bulls right there. And I think within about a year and a half, I had to make a decision between rodeo and then flying. And when I approached Al about making that decision between flying and rodeo, and he kind of told me, if you want to be successful in rodeo, you got to be willing to give up everything, and sometimes that means you got to give up an entire career. And so I asked him, I said, is this something I can do? And he said, Nate, I believe in you 100%. I think you can be successful at this. And my parents, my mom and dad, they've supported me my entire life. No matter what I decided to do, they supported me 100%. And so everyone around me, they never thought twice, and they supported me from the word go. So I had nothing but really good support. At the time, it was probably the dumbest decision I ever made. I was a 20-year-old kid that literally my aviation career was well on track. And when I decided to give it up, I was actually in a position to where I could start applying for some bigger and better jobs in the aviation field. And so to give all that up for about $5,000 worth of amateur rodeos in North Dakota probably wasn't the smartest thing to do at the time. But, I had something pulling at me so hard to go chase rodeo, and I knew I was going to regret it if I didn't. And so I just poured everything I had into this, and it's worked out very well. As the years have gone on, I can definitely tell my body, I got to put a lot more time into the gym. I've got to spend a lot more time, getting in better shape, and it's just to perform at that level, right? I mean, we deal with fractions of seconds, and the older I get, I can tell I got to put more and more time into the gym, but it's something I'm willing to do. And I haven't really come out publicly with this, but I've told a few people, but 2027 is going to be my last year fighting bulls. It's just going to be time to stay home. For me, I'm big on, I'm a pretty big family guy. When I told my wife it was either she was quitting her job or I was quitting mine, we decided it was time to go make memories of us as a family, not memories of Dad being gone all the time. And in 2027, Harper's going to start kindergarten, and so I'm gonna stay home and do that thing for a while. It'll be time to focus on them and let them go do their activities, and me go be a part of it. What we do is very dangerous, and I believe 100% that God's sitting there protecting me and watching over me the whole time, and I've always said that I was born to be a bullfighter. I got into this kind of by accident, I think, or not by accident, but I never grew up fighting bulls. I grew up being an athlete. I got recruited to some of the top colleges in the country to go play lacrosse, but God put me in Montana. He knew I needed to go to Montana and meet Al Sambold and become a bullfighter. And so I know 100% that the only reason I'm here is because of God and where he's led me. And it led me to my wife and my two little kids. So It's all because of him.